facing Cam Newton and not have some type of defense for them as far as which coverages, not necessarily what they're going to play, but there's certain things that you can't play a lot of. You can't play a defense where you play two-man, where you have a double zone, where the cornerbacks are taking away the inside for the wide receivers, and then they're going to trail the wide receivers as they run down the field, because when the linebackers split to guard the tight end and the running back, the middle of the field is wide open. Aaron Rodgers in last night's game takes advantage of it. Running quarterbacks, it's just not a defense you can play against them. So there's certain things that you have to do. Now, Dak last night, in Sunday's game, he caught Jacksonville by surprise.
Because he's never done that before.
So when you have 80 yards rushing and the team's surprised by it, it's totally different than Michael Vick. You know the guy is going to run.
Cam
Newton, you know he's going to run. So the element of surprise, I believe, after last weekend's game will be removed. Because NFL teams now, they will not play some of the coverages that Jacksonville did, because they blew some coverages and led them to be susceptible to the quarterback running. So when you prepare for that, all right, I believe it takes some of it away. Can Dallas do this the rest of the season? I believe Dak, as long as he's the quarterback, it should be a part of what he's going to do. When you do not throw the ball exceptionally well, you have to take more chances with your body. And it's not something you can tell all quarterbacks to do. I don't want Jared Goff to do this. No, I don't want Carson Wentz to do this. No, because I'm very confident how they can throw it down the field.
They don't have to.
But when you have marginal passing talent, you have to take more of the responsibility that I'm going to put my body more at risk, because this is the best way for my team to be able to move the ball down the field. And as long as Dak is the quarterback in the early part of his career, I believe this is what he should do.
That's what he did at Mississippi State. It was a big part of what got him drafted. What got people to notice him was because running was an element of his game. Now, I'd never call him a running quarterback. He wasn't Lamar Jackson, obviously.
No, he is a dual threat.
But here is the key. The most important point C made is it caught Jacksonville off guard. Up until Sunday, his career high in rushing was 45 yards. In the game Sunday, the quarterback, who was the biggest threat to run going into the game, was Blake Bortles, not Dak Prescott.
Yes.
Blake Bortles, who's bigger than Dak, might be faster than Dak. I know we don't think of him like that, but just look at the numbers, look at the combine numbers.
Yes.
Blake Bortles, you could say, is a better athlete than Dak, and unfortunately, at this moment, similar passers. So the reason that I don't think this is sustainable for the Cowboys isn't just because Dak had never rushed for more than 45 yards prior to Sunday. But even with the success running the football, it didn't translate to any added success passing the football. It's not like, oh, this unlocked an element of the Cowboys' passing attack. They threw for 182.
The way I would really accept it is if they build on it.
Sure.
If they have some design runs, have some RPOs, but I need to see 3 or 4 passing routes off of this, Jenna, that help build on, wow, he can hand it to Zeke. Oh, he can run the ball. And then now we can also advance it through the air, the same way Philadelphia did successfully through the playoffs last year.
That will be the key. If now that this is on tape and now that defenses have to worry about Dak running, does that open up easier throwing lanes? Does that make it easier for him to break that 220-yard passing number that's been so hard for him throughout the season?
At Washington this week.
Yeah.
So we'll see what that
And they're 0-3 on the
like.
road, 3-0 at home this year.
All right, back to Monday Night Football. Packers hosting the 49ers, who picked this up with Green Bay trailing in the 4th. You heard that right. Under 2 minutes to play, Rodgers finds Davante Adams. Great throw in the end zone. We're tied at 30. Next drive, C.J. Beathard picked off by Kevin King. All right, less than 10 seconds to go. Rodgers finds Adams again. He had 132 yards on the night, and that set up Mason Crosby. A week after he missed 5 kicks against the Lions, Crosby up, focus, kicks, nails it. Game winner as time expires. Packers win 33-30. So, CC, the question then becomes, were you more impressed with what Aaron Rodgers was able to do at the very end, or the fact that it took to the very end for the Packers to beat C.J. Beathard and the 49ers?
Quarterbacks now, especially our elite quarterbacks in the NFL, I'm never shocked when they go down the field 2-minute drive. I believe now it's well documented. It's easier to pass the football. It's easier to catch the football. It's harder to defend based on all the rules and all the changes. So seeing that Tom Brady march straight down the field on Sunday night. Aaron Rodgers marched straight down the field because Tom Brady did it once. Aaron Rodgers did it twice last night. So because of that, I say this is what I expect out of these guys. Making $30 million, that's what he's going to be able to do. Man, I don't expect this defense that spent all the draft capital that they have on trying to get a rusher, trying to get coverage guys, to get taken apart by San Francisco's offense. Now, much respect to Kyle Shanahan and how he has C.J. Beathard playing, the route running, how he called plays. I got a lot of respect. How he had this team ready on a Monday night as a huge underdog and almost pulled off that upset. That defense's inability, and this is how they lose in the playoffs. Aaron throws for 350. They still lose because they can't stop anyone at the end. So they got to get better defensively. They got to support their quarterback better, Nick.
I mean, listen, you can't expect a team at home in a nearly must-win game to stop the three-headed monster of C.J. Beathard, Raheem Mostert, and Marquise Goodwin. I mean, you only contain that type of offensive firepower. The hell are we talking about, man? I'm glad we got to see the show. I'm glad that Aaron Rodgers once again made my entertainment dollars spend, because he is one of, if not the best thing in sports going. Aaron Rodgers got to have it. He gonna get it. Like, that was the one knock on him for a long time. Where are all the comebacks? Well, now he's just lining them up. Week after week one comeback.
He has no choice.
He's got no choice. The touchdown pass to Davante Adams was a 10 out of 10. Degree of difficulty and placement. There's a corner leaping for it, trying to knock it down. Nope, I'm going to drop it right over top of you into my receiver's hands. And then the final 2-minute drill after the penalty on Richard Sherman to give him a first down. There's 43 seconds left. He went 7 plays, 67 yards in 43 seconds.
7 plays in 43 seconds.
With no timeouts, see. With no timeouts. He was in such control. When they complete the 19-yarder right there with 11 seconds left, he says to the sideline, Mike McCarthy, no, one more play. They complete another one, another 19-yarder, I believe, to the other sideline, 6 seconds left. He says, no, one more play. Not because I'm taking a shot at the end zone, because even though while I'm orchestrating this on one leg, I know a field goal takes 4 seconds, so I might as well throw it out the back of the end zone once so that we don't even have to kick off.
Yes.
This guy is unbelievable, which is why, as much as I enjoy watching him, Jenna, I get almost angry at the Packers organization. I get angry at the coach. I get angry at the former GM, because the fact that Aaron Rodgers has to do this to beat the Niners at home on Monday Night Football with their backup quarterback is an abomination. It is the Peyton Manning era in Indianapolis, which was underachieving, even though they won a Super Bowl. But at least Peyton had a few guys that are going to wear gold jackets. He had Marvin. Reggie might get there. We know Freeney's going. Robert Mathis had a hell of a career.
And we knew they were going to win 13 games.
Right. We never were worried, are they going to scratch into the playoffs?
We broke down this game all show long. Who's the best team in the NFC North right now? Because I think it confused us a little bit.
C's team.
Oh, we got to go with
the Vikings, the Bears, the Packers? Because everyone's got 3 wins except the Lions.
We have to go with the Vikings because we believe that the Vikings, the real Vikings, are going to show up defensively. And Kirk Cousins, the way he's throwing the football, I mean, he's throwing the ball as spectacular at any point in his whole career.
And the Bears, until they learn situational football, how to not get conservative at the end of games, I can't believe in them. They also have the quarterback I believe in the least. But it should be these guys.
Right.
They got the best player in the league, and we're wondering if they're better than the team with Mitch Trubisky.